You, yes, you, don't pretend you're not already hooked into this storm. Have you ever wondered why the fire inside you blazes differently, fiercer, or more mysterious than the other Leos you've crossed paths with? Why sometimes you want to roar and tear the sky apart, yet other times you burn silently in your chest, like a wild beast trapped in a cage? The secret isn't hidden in some distant stars, it's etched into the very day you were born. The moment the universe decided which inferno to shove into your soul. Today, I'm dragging you into a blood-soaked hunt where you won't just read, you'll feel every pulse of the lion inside you. Are you ready? Because I'm not holding back. Picture your zodiac sign as a sprawling kingdom. Leo's 30 days aren't a single boring chunk. No, they're 3 untamed territories, each ruled by a planetary god dripping with power. That's what decans are, the universe's way of slicing time to forge 3 breeds of Leo, the Maniacal Conqueror charging into battle, the silent warrior forging steel in the shadows, and the Cosmic Incinerator who torches everything with a single glance. Each decan is a flame, a saga, a bite that sinks deep into your heart, and I'd bet my last breath you're itching to know which one claims you. Don't just sit there daydreaming, this isn't some dry analysis to lull you to sleep. This is a dare to stand up and roar. Think about it. Have you ever felt out of place? Like sometimes you're the blazing center of every gaze, a fire no one dares approach. Yet other times you're alone. A lone lion lost on the savannah? That's no accident, it's the planet steering you. Day by day, hour by hour, from the second you first opened your eyes. Jupiter might turn you into a fearless predator. Saturn could hammer you into an unbreakable warrior. And the sun, oh, the sun, might make you a supernova that forces the world to its knees. You're not just a Leo, you're a living legend. And I'm here to rip the veil off that flame. So don't hesitate, I want to hear your roar. Scream your birth date in the comments. Let me ignite your story. Tear through the surface, and expose the wild beast within. This isn't a gentle stroll, it's a war. A tempest. A fire that'll burn away every ounce of boredom in you. You'll find yourself in one of these 3 Leos, and I swear, when you're done reading, you won't be the same person. Do you dare? Or will you let your flame flicker out in silence? I'm waiting, scream it out. And charge into this hunt with me. Number 3. The Maniacal Conqueror, August 12th to August 22nd, Jupiter fuels the flame. Born between August 12th and August 22nd? Then brace yourself, you're the Maniacal Conqueror. A wildfire stoked to a frenzy by Jupiter. The planet of explosion, excess, and unrelenting ambition. You don't just walk, you storm through life. A lion ripping across the plains. Claws out, eyes blazing with a hunger that sends shivers down spines. Friend or foe, it doesn't matter, they'll feel the heat of your presence. The kind of heat that demands surrender or forces retreat. You're a force of nature. A tornado of passion and power. And when you move, the ground trembles like it's bowing to its king. Your life isn't a quiet simmer, it's a full-on eruption. Love? You don't just fall, you crash into it. A tidal wave of devotion that drowns everything in its path. Your laughter? It's thunder cracking through the silence, shaking walls and waking the dead. And your dreams? They're not whispers in the dark, they're colossal. Wild, untamed beasts that could swallow the sky whole and still hunger for more. You're the one who strides into boardrooms and flips tables. The artist who paints with blood and fire. The friend who turns a dull night into a legend whispered for years. People don't just notice you, they orbit you. Drawn to the gravity of your madness. Take a second, think about it. Ever wonder why chaos seems to trail you like a loyal hound? That's Jupiter pumping gasoline into your veins. Daring you to push harder. Reach higher. Burn brighter. You're the CEO barking orders while the room scrambles to keep up. The performer who leaves audiences screaming for more. The dreamer who'd rather die than settle for ordinary. But here's the jagged edge of your blade. That same fire can turn on you. Your pride, oh, it's a towering inferno, can blind you. Morphing into a fatal arrogance that sends you charging into cliffs just to prove you can't fall. Have you ever lost someone because they couldn't handle your heat? Ever seen fear flicker in their eyes when you refused to back down? That's the price of your crown. Conqueror, glory comes with scars. Your strength is your lunatic ambition, you're the one who leaps into the abyss to snatch the throne. laughing as the flames lick your heels. Your weakness? Overconfidence. You think you're invincible. But even kings bleed when the army deserts. Picture this. You're standing on a battlefield. Smoke curling around you, enemies crushed beneath your boots. And yet there's a thrill in your chest that screams, more. You're not here to live, you're here to conquer. To turn every moment into a war cry that echoes through time. And here's the gut punch truth. They'll make you kneel in awe. They don't just exist, they carve empires from ash. They rewrite the rules of reality. And when they roar, the universe itself flinches. But let's dig deeper, because you're not just a stereotype. You're a living paradox. You'll fight tooth and nail for the ones you love. Yet your need to dominate can push them away, leaving you alone on your pedestal. You'll chase impossible heights, scaling mountains, building legacies, yet stumble when the smallest doubt creeps in, like a crack in your armor. In the quiet moments, rare as they are, do you ever feel that flicker of exhaustion? That whisper asking if the fight is worth it? Don't ignore it, it's the shadow of your flame. The reminder that even the wildest conquerors need a moment to breathe. You might host a raucous party that ends in epic tales, or lead a team to victory against all odds. But the real thrill? It's when you lock eyes with a challenge and smirk, knowing it's already yours. You're a hunter, a ruler, a god in mortal skin, and the world better brace itself. Because you're not done yet. Number 2. The Silent Warrior, August 2nd to August 11th, Saturn forges the steel. Born between August 2nd and August 11th? Then listen close, you're the Silent Warrior. A blade of fire tempered by Saturn. The ruthless taskmaster of discipline and endurance. You don't roar to prove your strength, you strike. A shadow moving through the chaos, leaving devastation in your wake without a single wasted breath. Your flame doesn't dance for attention, it smolders. Deep and relentless, a molten core that could melt steel. You're the fortress in the storm. The lion that doesn't need to growl because its presence alone stops hearts cold. When others falter, you stand, unshaken, unbreakable, a monument to raw, quiet power. Your life isn't a flashy parade, it's a war fought in the trenches. Love? You don't flirt with it, you guard it. A sentinel who'd claw through hell to shield what's yours. Your loyalty a steel chain no one can snap. Your silence isn't weakness, it's a weapon. A calm so deadly it unnerves the loudest braggarts. You're the strategist plotting moves while others sleep. The friend who shows up with a fistful of solutions when the world's burning down. The artist who carves masterpieces from pain with a steady, unflinching hand. People don't just lean on you, they cling to you. Because you're the rock that doesn't crack. The flame that doesn't flicker. Pause, feel that weight on your shoulders? That's Saturn hammering you into something indestructible. Forging your soul in a crucible of grit and grind. You're the one who builds empires brick by bloody brick, a manager who turns chaos into order. A protector who'd take a bullet without blinking. A dreamer who doesn't shout about their plans but executes them with brutal precision. But here's the brutal twist. That iron will of yours can lock you in a cage of your own making. Your stubbornness, God, it's a fortress, can morph into a prison of solitude, pushing away the very people you'd die for. Ever sat in the dark, staring at the fire inside, wondering why no one gets it? Ever felt the sting when they call you cold, not seeing the inferno you bury deep? Your strength is your unyielding endurance, you're the wall that storms shatter against. The warrior who rises from every blow bloodied but unbroken. Your weakness? Isolation. You're so damn strong that others fear they'll break trying to reach you. Imagine this. You're in the eye of a hurricane. Winds screaming, debris flying, and there you stand, still, steady, a beacon of calm while the world loses its mind. You don't just survive, you endure. Turning every scar into a badge. Every wound into a victory. And here's the heart-stopping truth. They're the flame you can't extinguish. They don't just protect, they forge destiny from ruin. And when they rise, empires tremble in their shadow. But let's peel back the armor. This isn't just about toughness. It's about the war inside. You'll shield your loved ones with a ferocity that scares even you. Yet your refusal to bend can build walls higher than your pride. You'll work late into the night, perfecting every detail of a project. Or stand guard over a friend's broken heart. But the real fight? It's when you face a mirror and see the cost of your strength, a flicker of loneliness you'd never admit aloud. You might not throw wild parties or chase fleeting thrills, but when the chips are down, you're the one everyone calls. The one who pulls victory from the jaws of defeat. You're a guardian, a survivor, a quiet titan, and the world doesn't know it's been saved by you until the dust settles. Number 1. The Cosmic Incinerator, July 23rd to August 1st, Sun ignites the blaze. Born between July 23rd and August 1st? Buckle up, you're the Cosmic Incinerator. A supernova lit by the sun itself. The primal furnace of life and radiance. You don't just shine, you detonate. A blast of light and heat that obliterates shadows and turns heads into ash. You walk in, and the room doesn't just notice, it ignites. Every molecule bending to the gravity of your glow. You're not a flicker or a spark, you're the goddamn Big Bang. A lion with the cosmos in its jaws. And when you unleash that roar, the stars themselves duck for cover. Your existence is a spectacle. A wildfire with no off switch. Love? You don't flirt, you consume. A gravitational pull that sucks hearts into your orbit and leaves them smoldering in your wake. Your creativity? It's a supernova brushstroke, vivid, reckless, painting the world in colors no one dared dream of. You're the actor who doesn't just steal the scene but burns the stage to cinders. The designer who turns a blank canvas into a fever dream. The soul who walks into a party and flips it into a myth people whisper about for decades. You don't chase attention, it chases you. Panting and desperate, because your flame is a drug no one can quit. Rewind, ever feel like the world's too small for you? That's the sun pouring molten gold into your veins, daring you to outshine it. You're the one who lights up a dull meeting with a single wild idea. The friend who turns a quiet night into a riot of laughter and chaos. The visionary who sees beauty where others see nothing and forces it into being. But here's the razor-sharp catch. That brilliance comes with a burn. You're vulnerable as hell, a walking wound beneath the dazzle. Every critique, every sidelong glance can pierce you like a dagger through the sun. Ever crumpled inside while the crowd cheered, hiding the ache behind that perfect smile? That's your blaze bleeding out. Your strength is your lethal charisma, you're the flame moths die for. The magnet that pulls the universe into your dance. Your weakness? Burning sensitivity. You feel everything so deeply that a whisper can snuff you out. Picture this, you're center stage. Spotlight blazing, crowd screaming your name, and in that moment, you're infinite, until a single hiss of doubt slithers in. And you're fighting to keep the fire alive. You don't just live, you incinerate. Turning every second into a flare that brands the world with your name. And here's the punch that'll knock you flat, they'll set your soul ablaze. They don't just glow, they melt reality into slag. And you'll scream because you didn't know you could burn this bright. But let's rip deeper, you're a paradox of glory and guts. You'll pour your heart into a lover until it's a masterpiece of devotion. Yet crumble if they don't see your worth. You'll stay up all night crafting something breathtaking, a song, a dress, a plan, only to doubt it's enough when the sun rises. You thrive in the spotlight, commanding every eye, but in the quiet, do you ever feel that shiver? That fear the light might fade? It won't, because you're not just a star. You're a galaxy, a relentless blaze that turns even failure into art. You might throw a bash that legends are born from or inspire a stranger with a single reckless grin. But the real magic? It's when you rise from your own ashes, smirking, and dare the world to try dimming you again. You're a creator, a destroyer, a celestial beast, and the universe is your playground. From spark to cosmic rage, your flame will never die. 3 Leos, 3 feral flames tearing through the Zodiac like a pack of lions on the hunt. The Cosmic Incinerator, torching the universe with a single glare, leaving nothing but awe and ashes. The Silent Warrior, a steel-hearted titan rising from the wreckage, unyielding as the earth cracks beneath their feet. The Maniacal Conqueror, a warlord of fire and fury, carving kingdoms from chaos with a roar that shatters the heavens. These aren't just types, they're cataclysms, each one a different breed of unstoppable. A spark that explodes into a storm no one can tame. From a flicker in the dark to a raging inferno crowned in blood and glory. You, yes, you, are the proof that Leo doesn't just live. Leo devours. Feel that heat clawing up your spine? That's your fire waking up. Snarling, ready to rip free, whether you're melting hearts with a glance, forging empires in silence, or charging headfirst into the impossible. You're not here to play nice, you're here to rule. The world's your battlefield, and every step you take is a war cry. Every breath a dare to the cosmos. Try me. You've got the scars to prove it, the burns of doubt, the cuts of betrayal, and yet here you stand. Taller, fiercer, a beast no cage can hold. Do you feel that pulse? That primal thud in your chest screaming you were born for this? Because you were, every damn one of you. So what now, Leo? You've seen the flames, where's yours blazing? Is it the supernova scorching everything in sight? The ember that outlasts the storm? Or the wildfire that swallows the horizon? This isn't just a story, it's a mirror. A Molotov cocktail flung at your soul to wake you up. Life's a war zone, and you're the warrior, the king, the god with claws out and teeth bared. If this lit a spark in you, and I know it did, then roar it out. Slam your birth date in the comments. Tell me who you are, and let's set the next chapter ablaze together. You're not alone in this, I'm right here, fanning the flames. Want more? Crave that rush of diving deeper into the Zodiac's Inferno? Smash that subscribe button on Zodiac Wisdom every week. I'm tossing you into a new fire. Hotter, wilder, ready to burn away the mundane and light up your core. Don't just read this, live it. Scream your truth below, and we'll storm the next video like an army of lions on the prowl. Hit subscribe, unleash your fire, and let's make the universe quake, right now. The hunt's not over, this is just the beginning. And your flame? It's eternal, unstoppable, a cosmic rage that'll never fade. Roar, damn it, roar.